As you can see by the calendar, on Friday we are getting a new program, pack, showdown, and collection. This is MLB The Collection 25. So we're just going to keep getting collections, but most of the community knows what this content is going to be, and it's because of a specific thing that was kind of leaked. But yeah, it's pretty much confirmed that this content is going to be the Home Run Derby X content, which is going to be very cool, something different too. So today I'm going to be bringing up a bunch of different players that could, but not confirmed, be in this content drop. So let's get into it. Before we get into the video, make sure you guys become a channel member to receive exclusive perks such as roster update advice from someone who's made over 10 million stubs this year, one-on-one coaching, and access to the members-only Discord, link in the description. So if you guys did not play MLB The Show 22, I think that was the only year that they did the Home Run Derby X content in MLB The Show in the past. Basically, first of all, what Home Run Derby X is, it's like this Home Run Derby tournament that the MLB started doing a couple years ago with a lot of its, with a lot of various alumni of the league, players who had good careers too, were, participating in home run derbies into like a tournament, and they were on teams. It's actually kind of interesting. But basically in MLB The Show 22, they released 4 cards from the Home Run Derby X, and they were all new legends. Granted, they didn't have their rights the following year, but they were all new legends, and SDS has confirmed that there will be 17 new legends for this content drop. So a lot of them are going to be in this video. I'm going to be going through names and I have attribute mock-ups and just talking about who we should expect to see on Friday. Like I mentioned earlier, none of these are confirmed. There are a bunch of different players, and there are some that are already in the game. So it might not just be the 17 new legends. For example, Manny Ramirez, maybe we'll get another 99. I highly doubt it. But all those other guys, really, except Alex Gordon, who's already in the game. He's the only one that is an existing legend that's in Home Run Derby X that doesn't have a 99. So we could see him. But yeah, I made some attribute mock-ups. I'm not really going to be talking about the actual attributes that much. More so of the players and the type of card that we could get. Because all their attributes are going to be pretty similar. So let's start off with Rick Ankiel. Rick Ankiel is a very unique player. He was a legend in MLB The Show 19, and he hasn't been in the game since. He was originally a pitcher who got the yips. If you don't know what the yips are, just Google it. Basically, you just forget how to throw a ball. After that happened, he transitioned into an outfielder or just a hitter, and he was a pretty good hitter for a while. So this card could be a two-way card, but I mean, not too sure. Next up, we have Lorenzo Cain, and a lot of these players are recent alumni of the MLB. There aren't as many older players, and Lorenzo Cain would be a phenomenal player to bring back to MLB The Show. He retired a couple years ago. He was a key part of the Royals World Series championship team, and there are some other players on that because there's like a Royals Home Run Derby X team. But Lorenzo Cain, he'd be another solid outfielding option. Michael Kadire is a guy who he's never been a legend in MLB The Show, but I think he retired in 2016, 2015. So I think I remember using him in the very end of his career in MLB The Show when I was still like really young in 2015 and 2016. And another good name that I think a lot of people, especially Twins fans, would like to see. Ian Desmond is another player that was recently in MLB The Show. A lot of these guys are guys that have recently retired and have had all of pretty good candidate careers, if you know what I'm talking about. None of these guys are really like Hall of Fame candidates, I would say, but great careers that should be celebrated and have retired recently. And Ian Desmond is one of them. Everyone remembers him for his time with the Nationals, and that's probably the team that his card is going to be on. He'll be, probably just a shortstop. He'll have good stats for lefties. I don't want to go too deep into the defensive or into the actual mock-ups. Basically they're all going to have good power. They're all going to have great power, great contact and clutch, with tiered down defense to what they normally would be. Same with speed and vision and discipline. Next up is Johnny Gomes. I don't know if Johnny Gomes has been in MLB The Show. He might have been a legend a couple years ago. I don't really remember. But ultimately, this is definitely going to be a name that Red Sox fans will love to see. And as a Yankees fan, I don't really love to see Johnny Gomes, but it's whatever. It's a video game. I don't care if they bring in Red Sox legends. As long as you can hit well in MLB The Show, that's all I care about. But ultimately, Johnny Gomes, I wouldn't say the peak of his career was with the Red Sox, but the most the most well-known part was with the Red Sox, being a part of the 2013 World Series team. But overall, corner outfielder, all these cards will be good hitters. Next up, we have Adrian Gonzalez, who actually has a Hall of Fame case. I don't think he's a Hall of Fame. I don't even think he's close to being a Hall of Famer. But it would be disrespectful for me to say that he's like one of the guys that would be like in the pretty good category. He's definitely above that. But Adrian Gonzalez is a guy who hasn't been in MLB The Show in a long time. Or I think he was in the original Home Run Derby X drop. I think, yeah, that's where I was thinking of with Johnny Gomes. The original Home Run Derby X drop, it was 4 cards in MLB The Show 22. I know for certain that Adrian Gonzalez and Johnny Gomes were in that, as well as Nick Swisher, which sneak peeked later on in this video. But Adrian Gonzalez, first baseman, he'll have pretty good defense and he'll be a great bat, specifically versus righties. Now, this guy should be a Hall of Famer. Andrew Jones, he's definitely the best player on this list, like career-wise. Andrew Jones, I mean, we don't have to get into why he should be in the Hall of Fame here. That's for a different type of video, which not really something I do. Maybe I should do that. Let me know in the comments. But Andrew Jones, I personally think should be a Hall of Famer, and he's going on year 9 in the ballot this year. So he has 2 more years to do it, or the Veterans Ballot, or whatever those are. But overall, this would be probably one of the better Home Run Derby X cards that would come out, because they wouldn't be able to nerf his fielding. He was an insane defender. He'll have good speed, and he'll have good power and contact. He'll basically be a 5-tool player. I could see Andrew Jones being a part of the collection. Now, this guy, Daniel Murphy, a lot of people are going to be very excited to see Daniel Murphy. I know Mets fans will. I almost made it a Nationals card because he had his best years with the Nationals if you really look at his stats, but there's no way they're not going to make it a Mets card. But ultimately, Daniel Murphy is known for his legendary performance in the 2015 playoffs. He did go ice cold in the World Series, but he pretty much single-handedly got that team there. But legendary run from him. He'll be a solid infielding option who can probably play second, first, and third. Now here is Nick Swisher, who has been in the Home Run Derby content in the past, the Home Run Derby X content. Switch hitter, he'll be able to play right, first, and center. He'll have solid defense, and he'll be good against both sides. I mean, switch hitters have never been more valuable than they are in MLB The Show 25 with the whole PCI shrinkage. That's one issue. But switch hitters are just super valuable regardless, and Nick Swisher is definitely a good switch hitter that you're going to want to get on Friday. This one should be in the game. Now, this one is a little interesting. Adam Wainwright is actually a part of the Home Run Derby X tournament, and I don't know if I would assume that he's a hitter. I mean, why would he just go there to throw meatballs to these guys? So if he's in this content, which he will be, this is one that's confirmed, strictly because there was a Twitter leak. There was a video that they weren't supposed to release on Friday. It was supposed to be released for this Friday, and Adam Wainwright was in it. So, yeah, he's confirmed. Adam Wainwright, I don't know if they're going to make him a pitcher primary. I have this as a DH card with the starting pitcher primary. I didn't make pitching attributes. Not sure what they're going to do, but it could be like an out-of-position card like we had last year. Here's another player that you can add to your Nationals theme team if you're a big Nationals fan. Ryan Zimmerman, who is Mr. National, literally the greatest Washington National of all time, career-wise overall. He spent his entire career there. He was a very good player. I think this will be a third base card. His prime was at third base, and then he moved to first. Maybe they'll give him the secondary. But ultimately, he'll be a pretty balanced hitter with solid defense. Now, Ben Zobrist is one of the cards that I'm looking forward to the most. Ben Zobrist from the Rays, recently retired a couple years ago, just like all these other guys. I think that I specifically juiced this attribute, this attribute picture I think Zobrist has a great chance to be the final collection reward. I think between Andrew Jones, Ben Zobrist, and one more player in this video will be the combination of 2 collection rewards and the program reward. Ben Zobrist, this card, I really hope that they don't screw him, because not only did he play every single position except catcher in this season, I don't remember which year it was, just whenever he was age 28. He's a switch hitter, and he was a pretty solid defender and pretty solid on the base pass. Like, this has a chance to be an insane card. Next up, we have Ryan Klesko, who is a former legend in MLB The Show, who they lost rights to, I think, 2 years ago or something. Never really used Ryan Klesko cards while he was in the game. Just never really got around to it. Probably the same here, but another cool legend to bring back, probably for the Braves, I would say, for this card. Here's another member of the Royals 2015 World Series champion team, Mike Moustakas. Now, he had a pretty solid career. He was known for his bat. He wasn't the best defensively. He could play third base. Started playing first and second near the end of his career. But ultimately, I think that he'll be a great hitter versus righties and pretty serviceable versus lefties. Next up, we have Kevin Millar, another Red Sox player who, made his name in the playoffs. For the Red Sox, he was a part of the 2004 team that broke their curse. But ultimately, Kevin Millar, and Red Sox fans will definitely be happy to see this guy as well. Will probably be a balanced hitter across the board, and then first, left, and right. Here's another guy that a lot of people are going to be excited to use if he's in this content drop, and that is Todd Frazier. He will probably be a Reds card because that's where he was, I would say in his prime. He was still pretty good on the 2017 Yankees. Man, I miss that team. He had a good year with the White Sox before he got traded to the Yankees. After that, his career kind of fell off, but ultimately, he is a home run derby winner, so I could see his power being very high. Then the last guy out of the 17 that I'm going to bring to you today is Jose Reyes. Oh my goodness, if Jose Reyes is in this game, everyone will be so excited. Jose Reyes has been a fan favorite legend that so many people want in the game and have wanted for a while. And if he's in the Home Run Derby X content, not only is he going to be a juiced card, but his power is going to be juiced. He was never really a big power hitter. So him being in this content specifically could make this card phenomenal. I think that my true prediction, I think the collection reward will be Jose Reyes, the final reward. I think the second, like the collection henchman, I think this is going to be like Signature and Prime where there's only 2. I think the second collection reward, so like the halfway one, is going to be Andrew Jones. And then I think the program will be Ben Zobrist as the final reward. But regardless, I mean, just looking at the attributes for this card, this would legitimately be an endgame shortstop. So yeah, that's going to be it for this video. If you guys are new here, follow me on all my social medias, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. But most importantly, make sure to subscribe right here on YouTube. So yeah, see you guys in the next one. Peace.